situation where a lot of these teams are feeling the pressure on their shoulders, that can be a huge advantage.
I think they're just going to be outmatched. No matter that they're on fire and everything, JDC, they're going to be facing a whole different beast today, and they're just going to be outmatched today.
Yeah, but who can be the bigger beast? And that's what we're looking forward to. That's how we settle it. We start it right here in the series, and we do it with Sadakist and Moses.
Samomo. We are ready to go. It's going to be Vertigo to start us off, as they said. Mousesports, I'm excited to see this. This is actually the team that's kind of been the surprise of the tournament so far in so many ways. JDC standing in, and obviously Torzy, another of the academy players that's been really lighting it up. And credit to Mousesports for using and finding young talent time and time again. But right now, they've got a lot of talent in the server against them. It's going to start out going their way, Jason. As Magis goes down, Apex only able to respond with one, but Frozen is immediately back in with another kill.
Yeah, this was overwhelming. What a great hit out of Mousesports, even in middle where Vitality had some players, had a little bit of a stack ready to go. Dupree so far away from finding success in this round. 1 versus 3, bomb is planted as well. And Dupree still having to deal with Torzy, who's just keeping him frozen in this position. Now getting to move forward. No kit picked up yet for Dupree. 1 versus 2, and that bomb is just under halfway ticked away.
Swing back around toward the site. Dexter, 16 HP, can play for information. He can sacrifice himself, but Dupree not even going to go for this. The fact that he's got armor, wants to save that for the next round, perhaps. 2 smokes, excuse me, 1 smoke in his hand. So a little bit of utility. Dexter even sacrifices himself with the bomb just to be extra sure no one's doing anything sneaky. But it's 1-0 for Mousesports.
Yeah, that's a really nice hit in middle. That was overpowering. The first kill going their way, and then that defense just crumbling around it. The stack no longer mattered when MOUZ gained enough ground. So 1-0. And yeah, it has been impressive watching these guys. And just, I mean, the team through the play-ins was great. And obviously the individuals that have been kind of promoted in tough situations, stepping in last minute, JDC, Torzy as well, performing very, very good. Here we go, full investment in this second round for Vitality. As they're trying to make this new lineup work, kind of appropriating some of the Astralis players in. Looking good in some of their early events, and I mean, a little shaky at times, but you can see some of the growth that they've made as well in a short amount of time.
It's going to take a while. Just a quick thought for Zonic as well. We wish him well with the family situation. Not here for this one, but with a coach like him, and knowing, you know, the Vitality, or excuse me, the Astralis players that came over, knowing Counter-Strike as he does, you'd think they'd be one of the quicker teams to adapt with his knowledge behind them. So, yeah, thoughts with him, but right now, thoughts with Zywoo. He's been removed. Dexter able to sneak up with the AK toward the top of the ramp, and they weren't even looking that direction. They were so focused on the yellow side that it was pretty much a free kill.
Ooh, the nade is not going to do any damage as the plant's not going down. I think it missed its mark just a little bit. Deagle spam's not going to land either, and Vegas backs away. And I think now Vitality, that's about all they had. Zywoo goes down, not able to get any kills in return, and this is a near impossible retake. So going to back off, going to save the rifle on Dupree, going to save the Deagles and armor, and they'll just try all over again in the next round. So another pretty clean hit from MOUZ. That nets them round number 2 on the scoreboard.
Another save called early on, though, from Vitality. I guarantee you I will call them Astralis once. With Dupree or Magiska live, I will say it.
Yeah, it'll probably happen. It's all right. Everyone gets 1. You only get 1, Matt.
Only 1. That's...
And the
what
fines,
happens?
the
Yeah, what
fines start
happened?
coming out.
Fines? How much?
I don't know.
Dude, I haven't worked in a while. I'm broke.
I know. So don't do it.
Can we start a GoFundMe?
No, not at all.
Oh.
None of it allowed.
Not in Canada anymore. Got to declare that now.
Yeah.
Rightfully so.
2-0 for MOUZ. Here we go. Vitality trying to recover. Still with those saved weapons. Buying up a little bit more utility around it as well. Few HE grenades and a bit of a stack. Bit of aggression towards the stairs. Nade goes a little bit deep. Not as much damage as they would have liked. And MOUZ going to start putting out some standard utility to force back the defense and give himself some breathing space.
So pretty passive to start off this, the first... I was going to say first full gun round. What am I saying? There's no guns out. There's just the FAMAS for Dupree.
Yeah, this is interesting because MOUZ actually just showed that they took control of stairs and have that presence, and Vitality's not biting on it. Actually, they're rotating everyone over to the A bomb site. They're saying, screw it, we'll just gamble it with these deagles, and they've made the right call. Here we go, Molotov to clear out sandbags. That's the indication a hit is coming, but can they actually stop the AK-47s? Dexter's got 2. That's the FAMAS and the only rifle down. Oh, and Vitality might not have anything to do in this round. Through the smoke, another headshot. zywoo responds, but is it enough?
Impressive stuff so far again from this Mousesports lineup in terms of accuracy. Dexter leading with 2 entries, but hang on, zywoo's still in the server. Don't discount him. He may not have his AWP yet, but that single FAMAS brought over into the round has now netted 3 kills. Bomb still continues to tick, and they're not in the greatest position to defend that bomb, but as you say, no kit will mean they've got the time to rotate around. Dexter gets the advantage of the shadow and a bit of a pre-fire, thankfully, because he was on 31 HP, but he remains alone. zywoo trying to go for an ace on this? No kit, no time, I don't think, but he might still find the 5th kill, and he does. So an ace for zywoo, but the round still for Mousesports.
Yeah, but if he can save this AK-47, he can fire enough away. I don't think he actually might do it. If he can hustle, he's got his Nikes on, and he's made it. AK-47 in hand, 5 kills. Well done from zywoo, and a losing effort in the round. 3-0 for MOUZ, but that's a lot of reinvestment coming into play.
He has his Adidas.
I was going to say, I thought about that after I said it. That wasn't ideal.
Yeah,
they
are sponsored by Adidas.
I even have the Ultra Boost.
Brian's going to email you now and be like, hey, listen, Jason. There's fines for that, too.
Fair play, I'll take it. All right, off in the hands of Torzi. Apex and zywoo towards the A-bomb site. Some deep utility being tossed out. zywoo gonna huddle behind the sandbags. He's got 1 player. Oh, careful, Apex. You go down, but a good trade. Important trade to keep this a 4-on-4.
Masuda's swinging around, but JDC, the young stand-in, again off the academy team, trying to find an opening. Not yet able to do so. Dupree nearly revealed where his position was, but backs away instead.
I think that pop flash should give JDC the idea of what play was going to come, what peak was going to come off that flashbang.
Well, Frozen's meanwhile back over toward the scaffold position with the smoke out, not making any advancement yet, and there's no one in the A site right now from Vitality. They've actually kind of gone for an early rotation again toward B, and they might want to reconsider that. zywoo's the only one close by top lobby.
Well, again, they're listening for that sound cue. You can hear as that Molotov comes out towards sandbags, you know, that is the indication they're coming towards the A-bomb site. That's why you can see Megas rotating over immediately. Now, he has a Molotov of his own, so he can delay the plant if they start moving in. I think he's used it a little bit early. Follow-up nade from zywoo could do a little bit more damage, but no more opportunities to really stop this plant. Masuta's coming over with the Molotov, so he might have a chance as MOUZ is taking their time to get the bomb down.
Good shot from Magus, takes down MBK. No one up on the heaven position as of yet. Smokes out to cover off default plant. JDC the one to do so. There is kits in play. 1 on zywoo, who still holds that AK from the previous round. The start to clear. Magus and zywoo to clear off the right side. Make sure up close is covered, but it's zywoo instead to find Torzi. And as he falls, that puts more pressure on JDC, who's got 2 players staring him down. Dupree finding the kill, and Frozen taps on 1, but they're on the bomb. He's got to go quickly. They've already got the defuse round the way of Vitality.
Yeah, that's a really good retake for Vitality, especially because it felt like a few mistakes on the utility before the plant went down. A couple Molotovs a little bit early. 1 Molotov landed inside the smoke. HE grenade didn't do any damage, so they kind of missed the opportunity there, but obviously recover it very, very well in the post-plant. Some good fragging from zywoo as well as Megas spamming at the tracers through the smoke. zywoo handling the op very, very well and efficiently. That could have been a dangerous weapon to keep alive, and Vitality's on the board. And due to the fact that zywoo got those 5 kills previously in the losing round, Mousesports has a bit of a busted buy. Good amount of utility, but down to a couple Galils, down to a Tech 9, but heavy presence towards B. Dupree to defend, Masuta in support. No indication yet of what's coming. Megas has aggressively cleared out middle as well. Shots through the wall to spot out JDC, who is trying to get up on
the right side entry. Dexter's able to respond, though, as he comes up the stairway, and the AK wins, although just barely. Dexter tagged down to 10 HP, and he's now gone. And Masuda with the kill, in fact, doubling up, finds MBK, and now they've got a good lineup. He finds a third, Torzy to drop. Frozen nearly had his body off the edge of the worlds, and yeah, some fired up Vitality players.
Yeah, very fired up players, and they got to be happy. And if you're Mousesports, I think a couple players are going to be frustrated. Those duels with the gaules just seem to slip away from them. Good work from Dupree, 1 kill through the board. That was a really dangerous player. That's the initiator. And even the dink on a Dexter was pretty nice, even if he doesn't clean it up. Allows Masuda to transfer over quickly to find a double kill and clean up that initial frag. 3 total for Masuda in the round, and Vitality up to 2, and Mouse should be back to pistols. Quick again towards the B bomb site, and it's a slaughter. Good trades back from these Glocks and some of these unarmored pistols, and a 1v3 for JDC.
1v3 with reasonable health as well. Now that kill actually only his first so far this map, so as much as we've been picking him up, he's a little bit slow to get rolling so far. On Vertigo, we see Apex already pushing out toward the lobby stairs, mid stairs. Spawn stairs.
Spawn stairs.
The stairs.
B stairs.
Not this stairs, though. These are B stairs.
A lot of stairs. JDC still looking for something, anything. Damage would be nice. Money's still not super well built up for the Vitality defense. That would have been great, but no armor, and the aim punch is brutal. 3-3, quickly tied up for Vitality, and the op is going to be in play with zywoo. 7-2 for him as he's starting out. 6-3 for Dupree, who's been the initial contact at that B bomb site over on the MOUZ side. 8-4 on Dexter. In-game leader leading the way.
Lead by example, Jason.
Ooh, the combination of the flashbang, the HE grenade, it's beautiful. They would have liked to have mopped it up a little bit cleaner, but it's all good. Here we go, next gun round underway. All AK-47s for MOUZ. This time, massive amounts of bodies towards the A-ramp side of the map. zywoo under pressure, down to about half HP. Some return spam from Apex to keep space. They're going to come right through that smoke. He's got to be careful. zywoo's got 1. Apex has the pistol out, fighting in a retreat. Dexter's brought down to 4. So initial action heavily favoring Vitality.
Suda with the bounce nade off the crane to cover off backside sandbags. They aren't up that far yet, and thankfully Dexter wasn't, because he sits on 4. JDC, rather, reveals just too much for a man like zywoo, who does not miss at the fair. He will take the prize every single time, and Torzy's the next of his victims.
Yeah, and MOUZ is going to have to be hyper aware of that in the future. They did not seem prepared for any re-aggression from zywoo and Apex. That defense over there, that's brutal. zywoo gets 2 free kills as they weren't even looking in his direction, not even considering the idea. 4-3, 1-round lead for the defense.
Apex just having the time of his life, apparently. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he always is. This has just been Apex recently. He's just living the dream right now, having a great time playing CS.
It's funny, too, because like, I had the long-form interview that came out about like the roster changes, and he was very serious about it. You know, the org pushed this. They weren't happy with our success. They were the one that wanted change. You know, he was almost very muted, and then I've been seeing him around the venue. I was talking to him the other night when I was at the Players Lounge at the hotel, and he was very calm, very... Hi,
he turns into a different animal when the game goes
exactly.
on.
Exactly. What's up, everybody? It's Apex. I'm here now. Like, okay. All Francais, of course. But yeah, like, he's just totally a different beast when he's in the server.
Yeah, he gets psychotic. I mean, and fair play, because he's also, I mean, on an individual level, Apex has been super, super impressive recently as well. Really, really a big factor for this team's success, and even the previous roster towards the end of last year. And he's got to be happy about the players he's got around him now. 4-3. Vitality looking to establish themselves as a dangerous championship caliber team early on in 2022. No better way to start it than IEM Katowice. Apex. Audio cues, Molotov just for some safety. JDC's already wrapping up. Ooh, they might have found a timing, but zywoo's trained on the angle.
Shot out zywoo. Starts it out again. Ramp side getting shut down now that they've got the big AWP in position, and they're going to get aggressive. Oh, Masuda, I was going to say, they're going to get aggressive, but there's not really a support flash on that. There was, but it was from a Jisk, and it was a bit late. Actually caught out his teammate, and Apex was in the middle of a reload, so couldn't trade immediately, does do so. And then it's the French man on the other side. NBK, familiar with, obviously, the Vitality lineup. Has a Tech 9 for 1 kill, but he's in a 1 versus 3. A minute to play in the round, but bomb down at ramp, and I don't think he's going to get very far in this one.
I'm happy we got NBK back in Counter-Strike, and I'm happy to see him on a team like Mousesports, because I think that his veteran, his experience, ooh, nice shot, hit his skill.
I kind of agree, right? Like
it's a young lineup outside of NBK, so it'd be great. Oh, he almost has him. He can almost find zywoo 1v1.
Oh my God.
And NBK, oh, he doesn't have the bomb, though. He's going to go down. Never expected Magus, but what a valiant effort.
That was, I didn't think he was going to come that far. They were forward stance on the bomb. They had everything covered off. I did not think he would isolate those 2 kills. Well, nonetheless, yeah, I was going to say, it is good to have NBK back in Counter-Strike. You know, it's always worrying when people get caught up in the wrong scene, with the wrong circle, the wrong friends, and it's good that Rehab worked, that he left Valorant and recovered. And I hope we can get more people, you know, off that road and back onto the straight and narrow in life. Because it's, yeah, unfortunately, you know. But Rehab went well for him, so here he is.
Apex pushing down, Dupree's fallen. Aggressive stance towards the B-bomb site. That's going to cause Magus to slot into that position and have to stick around, so it'll thin out the defense, make rotations tough, and that aggression from Apex also fails. Well done from MOUZ, neutralizing all the pushes from Vitality so far, and they found themselves in a 5-on-3, barely haven't taken any damage.
Masuda still holding toward middle. No one challenging it just yet. Could see NBK obviously waiting it out to see if that was the direction to go.
Still got to get past zywoo.
Well, that's, yeah, already a problem in itself. Good flash timing, though. He has to preemptively strike into that, and that reveals his position. He backs off as they start to round the corner. Masuda does get NBK, who wanted to try and lurk late and split the A side on the take, presumably based on the positions on ramp. But zywoo forced to rotate all the way around.
They don't have retake nades, so I think you're going to see these 2A players actually fight for the site if they do commit here. You're not going to see him back away. zywoo's actually stepped up in lane. There's Masuda, wants to get an angle. This is dangerous. He's going to go down. Now it's all on zywoo.
Scoping, making noise. They know he's there. He's still going to fire the shots. Missing the second one, though. No time to rebolt and ready for Frozen on a quick peek to take him down. It puts Magisk in a position of stress and pressure, and he can't deal with the fact that up close to the wall is Frozen. And there we go. Now we get to hear the other side of the campaign.
Still in a 3v5. I mean, that's not bad. You gave yourself a chance to win the round. Masuda had an opportunity to find a kill there. zywoo just couldn't double up. That's tough. That's nice baiting of the shot from MOUZ from Frozen to jiggle peek just a little bit on that reload. Put zywoo under heavy pressure and find a clean kill. 5-4, MOUZ keeping it close. But plenty of money for the Vitality defense, so they're going to buy right back up into it. Although zywoo could have invested into the AWP, had the money for it, decides to stick to the M4.
So Masuda again will try and hold the mid position, being a lot more aggressive this time. Has already gone up to the top of the stairs. Don't be misled by, well, thankfully the mini-map that you guys see on the HUD's much more informative than ours, because yeah, it looks like they're side by side. They are down below right now, still trying to position themselves for a ramp take. Torzy, AWP, smoke in front, not much to do. And we big up these young players. You know, JDC stepping in, Torzy being remarkable in the earlier portions, the play-in segment of this event. Nice shot by Dexter to take out Dupree. Masuda's going to at least win out the mid duel again. So MBK having no success on that lurk in the last 2 rounds. But this, unfortunately, this map, JDC with 2 kills and Torzy with the same, not really going their way so far. Difficult map for an Opera, to be fair.
Well, they have time to pick it up. They've got plenty of time left, and obviously switching over to the CT side might be a little bit more forgiving. The nice thing is they found some success. JDC is the player primarily dueling against Dupree in the initial going at this B-bomb site, and actually they've done a pretty decent job against him, all things considered. Megas slotted in back behind the pillar, looking for the headshot angle, and here comes the set piece.
Masuda's got to get there soon to support. He will now with nades. That'll delay and buy some space with the Molotov down. No flash from his use to go for a quick peek, and that leaves JDC on his left side. Tight position to be in. They weren't aware of it. Masuda not ready. Was taken down by the low HP player, but Magisk waiting the whole time at quad, able to only get 2. Now Torzy comes alive. AWP will drop him, and Frozen gets Apex, but once again, it's zywoo. We saw the ace earlier on, despite not winning the round. This time, bomb not planted, and he's got all the utility in the world, smokes himself off, and sees Torzy sneaking through. Another clutch for zywoo. 15 kills for him so far.
The timing on that, he almost missed it. The smoke is so critically important, because Torzy was just going to keep pushing and find a clean shot. That smoke ruined his day. What a huge clutch from zywoo Tough to even get into this position. It's all well and good for a while. Magus does a great job under a lot of pressure. And zywoo just finds an off angle, slips over to E-Box before they realize he's gotten out. That's massive. 1v2 clutch for one of the best players in the world. 6-4, and MOUZ down to armor and tech-9s. It's going to be fast-paced. Apex under a lot of pressure. Same with zywoo. Molotov down, they're going to go through it, but an easy shot with the AWP. Yeah, and they're running, obviously, tech-9s at this point. That's why they're trying to go through it. Good recovery, Molotov. That's obviously in reaction to Apex getting flashed on the ramp. Dink for zywoo has to back away, but he has Masuda, who's rotated over, and he will be in the perfect position to catch out the aggressive JDC trying to chase down that Dink. zywoo rotates back around, therefore, to the crane side. Apex dropped as he tried to swing out off the back of that peak from his teammate. Had the information that they were clearly in the open, but the shot too good. And we sit with only a one-man disadvantage on the MOUZ side. I say that because they have the HP still in their favor if you look at Masuda and zywoo. Yeah, this is a little tense for Vitality. The good thing is they've got utility. They've got 3 smokes. They have a Molotov, so they have some options and what that can provide in terms of how they want to play situations. Magus, off angle, got the first. Good kill with the tech-9, the follow-up peak. And now that HP starts to get a little bit scary. M4 picked up as well, a rifle. zywoo has to be very passive on this. And remember, we are playing in front of drywall, paper thin. Tough position to try and hold as he'll go back around to Heaven side instead, but the smoke already out on the bomb. They'll go for default, trying to bait the shots out, not only from zywoo, but to check and see if anyone was still on the scaffolding side. He has the lineup right, but they're on the wrong side of the box. JDC, with the assist on that as NBK came over the top to find the headshot. Torzy, now in a position of power with the bomb down, has the M4 to play with at bags. There's a Molotov for this. That's perfect. Out in the open, they needed that kill. All Dupree missed the opportunity. And now Masuda's got to get aggressive, and he can't do it either. 2 big kills for the young MOUZ player. And he's got them up to 5, a 1-round deficit. Called him out just 2 rounds ago, and in that time he's found 4 kills. That rat round in particular was remarkable. Starting with tech-9s, they steal it back, 6-5. Tech-9s are back, Matt. Oh, baby, let's go. All right, I missed them. I missed them, but not in the form that they were when they were prevalent. All right. That was a bit too much. I liked them. Here we go. We got a game in our hands. Force buy for Vitality, up on zywoo, FAMAS on Magus, 2 deagles and an SMG. A busted buy in this round for Vitality as they're just trying to hang on to the economy, and zywoo's gonna deliver an opening kill with the op over the top of the smoke down ramp. So good start to the round despite the lesser weaponry and having lost to the pistols in the last, the AWP. Will stabilize things at the ramp, and as a result, they'll rotate Dupree and Masuda back over toward B in the event that they could be taking the stairs. And Apex. Apex is going to cover mid with the SMG. He's got support nades as well for the B bomb site that he can throw over the wall. Magus is going to be quick up the boost as well. Dupree here with the deagle. Masuda back on the pillar. Shots tagged. Dupree has to be very careful of his position at this point. They definitely would have heard that tag. Tries to find JDC again, backs off the corner, so utility not as much a factor. And it's MBK that will take advantage of that, even on the railing. At Catwalk, trying to get vision, trying to find heights behind the pillar. Still can't get Masuda, they will now. That brought them in a little closer, and with the mid position that they had, they might have been able to see Apex's head sneaking by, but they couldn't get the angle, and NBK instead gets the 2 shots in return. And I think the round as well. I think zywoo's AWP a lot too valuable at this point. I mean, again, Vitality, this is a couple rounds now where actually MOUZ is doing a great job against them because Vitality had the numbers at that bomb site to defend. They had the utility. We saw Apex bombing those support flashes. We saw Dupree throwing one as well. They couldn't actually do anything to slow MOUZ down. So even though there was plenty of players for the defense, MOUZ was able to just kind of get up and progress their way into the bomb site. And as this round comes to a close, we see the ops being saved, the double op setup. We got a bit of a B-stream update for you. 13-12 Gambit with a narrow lead over NIP. Wow. 20 kills on Hobbit, 20 kills on Inters. I was actually just bringing that up on my screen when we decided to show it on the stream for you guys, because I was curious how that one was going. But yeah, good to see Hobbit in good form. NIP, not bad though against Gambit, considering we were highlighting their T-sided problems. In fact, both teams, again in that game though, are not really getting a lot of T-sides their way. Tough times.
Tough times indeed. So far, in fact, Gambit has one T side on Ancient.
It is the most CT-sided map we got, so there's that lends to it. But a cool game going on over there, if you want to pull it up on the second monitor. Here we're tied, 6-6, but there's a double up setup, and Dupree this time is going to open it up. I don't think MOUZ expected that whatsoever. And zywoo still dangerous, 17-5 so far in this map.
Dupree with a second op. Which is interesting as well, because you go back to Dupree's history, and I'm going to take you well back in time here, 2015, 2016. Cajun B, Kerrigan, and Device. Dupree was on a team that had 3 oppers that were in front of him in the line, and now he's the secondary opper.
Well, never forget that first Blast Copenhagen where Dupree had to step in as the opper for Device, and he was an absolute beast with it as well, so no slouch at picking up the op when necessary. Ooh, look at all the scavenging going on. Look at these vultures pushing down and picking up weapons that aren't theirs. Magus is going to have a fast flank, and there's not enough manpower on MOUZ to attack and progress towards the A bomb site and actually look behind them and hold off this flank. Oh, God.
Oh, Magisk. Oh, he's got him now, thankfully. Torzi has gone down, but lost the chance to strike for more. It was not clean, but the AWP Gaunt forces them back. That's the main thing. And MBK just got both. Spraying down the ramp on a very tight target, just the headshot showing, and he manages to get bodies on both. Dupree's gonna body NBK though when he gets to the top of the ramp, and with the bomb now down, frozen with it all to do, and only 10 HP to try and do it. This could be a nice recovery from Vitality to take a 7-6 lead. As we get closer to the end of the first half, Apex does it on the Deagle. Someone throw him a gun, someone shoot him a gun, someone get him something to work with.
Shout out to Dupree. Picks up and scavenges the op in the previous round, finds the 2 opening kills, and he ends with, what, a triple kill overall in the round. That's well done. If you're MOUZ, the last thing you want at this point when you've had such a good half is to see a double op set up against you starting to get cranking, so hopefully they can put it down. Actually, I think a third op was just picked up by Vitality. We'll see if they keep it. I saw it bought. I think it was a misbuy, but I don't know. Are you going to keep it? Good shot from Dupree. Good heads-up play through the flooring. This was that awkward flank kill from Magus. It does eventually work out, and unfortunately, even with this double kill, there's just like not really enough time to fall back, especially because you'd have to run the whole way on the vertical map.
Yeah, as much as we were saying, like, Magisk, man, hit that shot, it still worked, right? He still got the flank. He still held the back line and made them have to reconsider their position and bought some space and time for those up above in the site, so it works out in the end. One round, like I say, between the two of them as we conclude the timeout and get back underway.
Also, there was a third op picked up or purchased by Vitality, and they just chucked it away into a corner. So a lot amount of money just tossed away into the garbage can. Timing shot for Dupree just narrowly misses.
Interestingly, you say they chucked it in the corner, though, not off the map. So if they lose one of the others, they might be able to pick that up at the end. And it's well beyond enemy lines. It's not like MOUZ is going to stumble across that too easily. If they get that far, they've probably already got the round under control.
2 rounds left in the half. Setting up for a late, aggressive push to retake a ramp. They've got Dexter exactly where they want him. They know he can't fall back, and Masuta is unrelenting. Finds the opening kill, and now the defense slips away.
Ooh, all right, we're going to go for the boosted B instead. Ramp play didn't work out with the Molotov behind. You said it, he couldn't fall back, and they were quick to pounce. Dupree, staring at stairs, needs to watch for the head to pop up on the jump. He does! Flicks, can't land it, and NBK instead gets the shot on the AK. 2-bullet kill as he swings toward the quad position. It'll be Magisk that gets him back, though, with the M4. AWP not able to land it, but JDC does. Now Torzi comes into it, and JDC coming alive late in the half. 2 kills on the Galil should give them the sight to work with, but who other than zywoo to come against them? AWP on the retake. Make no mistake, he will absolutely go for this with it. Okay, I shouldn't say that. He would go for it in theory with this weapon. He may not in this particular round with the money as it is. So I should be more specific to the round context.
Speaking of money as it is, remember they've got 4750 right behind zywoo that's just been tossed away because they didn't want to use that third op that was misbought. So painful. MOUZ has had great success attacking this B bomb site. Regardless of what they're playing with, AWP or M4 there hasn't been too much success for the defense to actually hold them at bay. MOUZ has been able to make so much progress along the scaffolding, the back scaffolding, and wrapping into the site. So we're all tied up at 7.
A lot more quiet down there on both sides.
Yeah, it really is. You could feel it. A little bit more tense now. The excitement of the game has faded off, and now they're into the grind. One final round in this first half to see which of them is going to take the advantage. And up on top of the boxes, there's no chance of escape if you miss that shot.
Yeah, he tried. We saw the flick. He attempted it, but quite a large target to shoot at from the other perspective. There we're seeing the other emotion from Apex. So back underway we go. Last round of the first half. 7-7. Pretty decent scoreline on a map like Vertigo. It is indeed the pick of Mousesports. So the fact that they've got the 7 on the T side, not a bad indication of that. MBK gets a flash to support. He finally wins the mid-duel. Remember, Masuda's been after him in that position so many times. This time being flashed in, too much to reveal, and MBK knows there's more because sees the smoke. But that smoke, a utility just to get a weapon back.
This is great. MOUZ is even just avoiding zywoo at all costs. 17 and 5. They don't have to really deal with him. Dexter's gonna step up. Good shot, good control. Dupree holds the line, at least for the first. JDC goes passive. And they know they've done so much damage and they've had so much success at that B bomb site. Their vitality is being kept honest. They're staying at this site. zywoo's rotated over, and now he's got to find his way back. Desperate situation as zywoo arrives, and he's got to be aggressive about this. He can't play it passively. He must stand tall.
Stand tall indeed, zywoo. No vision through the smoke yet.
Oh, this is so brutal. So much time on the clock, and they know JDC's already calling it out. I'm pushed up to CT spawn. They can't get in.
He's done. zywoo, there's no chance. Oh my god, he actually hits that. How does he react that quickly? Jumping, scoping, looking down. JDC barely gets a shot off. zywoo was on the rotation quickly, but not ready for the secondary position of Torzy. AWP in return, and now they have the B site. Dupree's gonna try to rotate over. It is the last round of the half. He will go for it. Started it off with a kill on that side, but the double fake rotations don't work in their favor, and it's a one-round lead for Mousesports at the half, Jason.
Wait, I have C1.
They flash. I'm full blind. Headside.
Nice, give us.
One more, I'm full blind.
Fine. Nice, just fight. Kill him. He's out there. Nice. Let's go! Nice!
Pushing side. Nice.
Well done.
Vitality not going perfectly as much as they'd like. 8-7 at halftime in favor of MOUZ as they switch over to the CT side. A good recovery in the first half from them, winning 4 of the last 5 and really neutralizing zywoo, who ends 18 and 6.
Yeah, had a great start. Obviously an ace that they didn't win the round in, but that still makes an economic impact and a clutch. A number of situations where he gave his team a fighting chance.
I mean, they just avoided him the whole time, didn't they?
100%.
So much success at B, and they didn't have to deal with him ever again.
I mean, he still found so many kills. That's the crazy thing. But you're right. They didn't necessarily need to take that battle one-on-one and forced him to have to rotate in the last round, and we saw the result of it as we get back into this with Frozen on top of the site specific on A. He'll fall back to box, and it's going to be all to the ramp for a very aggressive and speedy Vitality at this point in time. As Masuda will put the bomb down early, Torzy and Dexter can do nothing to try and peek back out around the corner. Molotov, though, should take care of Torzy if they elect to throw it. Right now, he's still in a position where he can try and get a headshot from the box. Instead, though, it's a shot while blind that gets the kill from Masuda. He's going to go back and catch out the flank as well. JDC rocked out of this world as Frozen only getting 1 in response. And the round over with 3 players surviving with Vitality. We have a tie game immediately.
Yeah, good pistol on there. I think zywoo just holding onto that Molotov a little bit longer to let the smoke clear so that if he is forced out instead of burned alive, his teammates can take him down a little bit easier. And that was just clinical from Vitality. No real problems there. So 8-8, they get the advantage. And here we go. All deagles picked up from MOUZ. Armor as well. A little bit of utility, but they're fully bought into the round, except for Torzy, saving for that AWP. 3 Galils to work with and 2 AK-47s on this attacking side. And a massive amount of bodies towards B. zywoo's got the opening, and he's going to move forward. There's no avoiding him now on this side. He can dictate wherever he wants to go. Flashbang comes in. Apex has got him covered. Dupree follows it up, and that's the bomb site lost for MOUZ.
And I suppose anything can happen, but as expected against the Pistols, they make it pretty clean into the site and beat the bomb down. So yeah, Vitality putting themselves in an early position of power in the second half. Again, this is Mousesports' map choice, and CT side, they did well on T side to get as many rounds as they did, but CT side, they'll need to be very careful about how they build back into this game. Money's tight. Head armor for Frozen already. They'll save that. Torzy's Deagle. A bit less consequential, you could say, but he'll happily use that in the next round, given the opportunity. So it's now the lead for Vitality.
Yeah, 9-8, back in the lead. NBK's got 14, Dexter has 12, Frozen follows it up at 10 for the Mousesports side. Over on Vitality, zywoo's 20 and 6, Vegas 13 and 10, Dupree's got 13 as well for the top three. And all that together is combined for a one-round lead for Vitality going into round 18. This one should be a little bit easier. Just the armor on Frozen, the Deagle on him, and Torzy.
I guess it's not surprising that Apex has gone a little quieter than we saw him at the start of the game. Only 6 kills for him so far. He's had some impact, but yeah, 6 and 12.
Well, remember, he's playing with zywoo as well, so zywoo's getting all the kills there, where Apex is taking all the attention and all the gunfire.
That almost sucks. Like, you're loving it because you're like, well, my job's going to be easier. I got a great player with me. But then it's like he gets every kill, and you're just like, well, what am I doing?
Yeah, you can't really argue when it's zywoo you're doing it for. You're more than happy to let him just take all the glory. Masuta's just cracked open the entirety.
I want all the glory, Jason.
You get plenty.
Do I? Maybe.
Maybe.
Y'all too kind. Love you, Twitch chat, even if you don't like me back.
Apex standing behind the flames. Gonna find some safety. I say safety, but he gets shot in the temple.
That's a nice little angle, actually, for people pushing through, sneaking in against the wall, just gets the shot through. But Dupree hitting Dexter. Why is Apex getting picked on so much right now?
I don't know. Apex is like, please leave me alone. This was a horrible idea. Get me out. Masuta come and join.
Great if he's just like, you know what, screw it, just jumps off the building right now.
I know, he's like, I'm out.
If you guys are gonna do this, I'll just do it myself.
This party's no fun. Oh, finally Dupree goes down. Apex does end up surviving. zywoo gets the final kill. 2-round lead for Vitality, 10-8. And the buy is gonna come in for MOUZ. Snap, bot, op for Torzy.
See, now he looks a little tired almost, you know, getting the stretches in.
I have a strat called Heroic.
We do Heroic. He rolled his ours, Jason. You gotta roll yours.
Good kills, here we go. Let the map truly begin, the second half truly begin with the gun round. Smoke down in towards B main, but Dupree's not gonna stick around. Everyone from Vitality towards A. Torzy looking over the smoke, double scope, gotta be careful. Takes a shot. Frozen here to keep some space, to have some information of when they come up towards yellow. Good dink on a Masuta. Oh, good frag on a Magus. That's even better. What a great double kill. And no one from Vitality can trade it. Nobody can follow it up, but they're going to keep the pressure on.
Apex not able to find the shots. Frozen winning instead, but Dupree will avenge him by taking down the opposite side of the approach. He then cut out by zywoo. Excuse me, by Dexter, and then zywoo getting back into the fold. He's swinging around the crane at this point in time. Bomb down to his left. Very clear for you to see, but he's worried more about kills in space. He is the only one able to do anything about the round that he can't. He gets dropped by Dexter, who does a very good job holding at the yellow wall.
What a great round from Frozen. The great damage, the double kill as well. Just the point of the defense, just having an incredible battle the whole time, and just stays on top of it. First kill comes in. He cleaned that one up from earlier. Torzy with the support flashes to allow him to fight in a retreating battle. I think Frozen ends with a triple kill in the round. Got MOUZ on the board in the first gun round. Another buy for Vitality, this time zywoo with an AWP. The big gun is back.
Just a big green gun.
Big green gun. Where were we?
Masuta sneaking his way up, though. Oh, spotted. I thought he was going to overlook that, but he does repeat. Torzy not checked, though. Gets both as he swings both sides of the sandbags. Tough position to find himself in with his teammates gone down. Late to peek, though. Is it bait, Jason? Look, I don't know. Find out tonight at 11.
Yeah, I don't think it was bait, but there was certainly some kind of miscommunication. They did not expect that whatsoever. I mean, you got to give them the props as well, though. Recovery in that situation is fantastic to get the double kill. Dupree now providing the escape route for his team, sliding in, looking for the exact fight, and he can't win it. JDC's found it. Dupree's had a couple opportunities that have slipped away from him in this game. That one's going to be frustrating. Still time for Vitality to figure out how they want to deal with this. Both defenders here on this side of the map, NBK and JDC, moved more into the bomb site itself. But if Vitality, as you can see, they've paused. And they're waiting for just enough time for MOUZ to have to second guess and consider the other side of the map. zywoo sees it, he spots it, gets the kill. 2-on-1 for the experience of NBK.
And Good Dog's paw to get the treat, Jason. They've got the sights, but they don't have the bomb plant down yet. NBK is there in time, denies both, and we are back at 10s.
I don't think they ever expected the aggression. The Molotov to put stress on the planter. I don't think they expected him to move over their own Molotov to E-Box. That's a beautiful play from NBK. The aggression and assertiveness pays off. Nice 1v2 victory. But it is helped out by this. Yeah, Frozen never would have expected that angle. I'm not sure why. That's where I think there's some miscommunication. zywoo's actually pulled out a smoke to put out the Molotov to give Apex the safety. So a hectic situation that NBK capitalizes on. And that's magnificent. All tied up again.
zywoo looking for the very slight gap. Might get it. Fired in and the flash came out, but Torzy wants the angle instead. That forces him off it, so now Torzy will hold. Game of cat and mouse just to hold angles in this world that we live in. It's just the scout, keep in mind as well, for zywoo.
Towards mid we go. Nice kill from JDC. Not a whole lot of damage in return either. He's just down to 67. Apex is going to step up, looking for the follow-up peek. That's from Dexter. No flashes for this. Ooh, and he can't handle it. Great fast peek from Dexter. Even if he went down, that might have been a 1-for-1. There's the op onto zywoo with the scout. A follow-up as well. The young opper coming alive now.
Yeah.
Brilliant stuff.
Well, and you said the CT side might be more forgiving for the opper. Certainly on this map, that's coming alive. He's up to 12 and 14, had a very slow start to the game.
And this is a huge point in the map to gain control of the economy. Vitality, I think, is going to have to sit back, and in fact, they might want to take a timeout in the next round before they can buy guns again. $2,500 pretty much across the board for Vitality. They've got a 3-round losing bonus. So they could go for a small investment, some pistols and armor. But MOUZ's defense is looking really good. 3-0 run since the guns came out.
Torzy trying to find a different angle this time at looking at the box. Sees the jump, and good night, Masuda. We'll send room service in to clean up, and you can come back tomorrow. Torzy's still going to hold this angle as well. Has absolutely no fear against what's going on. Just the pistols to play against. Mid boost to see over top of the box and potentially catch anyone that's trying to rotate.
They did that last time. That's where JDC got his first kill. This time it's Dexter holding the angle. There's 2 players, I think due to the low buy, the knowledge of it, 2 players actually committed to the B bomb site. Dexter, calm, cool, and collected in mid.
Is it worth shoulder checking without armor? Because all you've done is let Dexter reset his aim on the M4. Maybe just wide swing and shoot, but Dexter just mows them down.
4 kills, nice and easy. Barely taking any damage as well. 2-round lead for MOUZ. Getting sketchy for Vitality here in the opening map of this series. MOUZ's map pick. And Vitality's going to pick up the AK-47. zywoo's got 5,300, so a decision to make if he wants to go for the op or go for an AK, and he's going to stick to the rifling. Here we go into round 23. Ooh, NBK burning. They're going to hear the sound cues. I don't think they really want to try and capitalize on it and overextend in that fashion. Nade damage as well down onto zywoo.
Seems so odd to see a camera shot of Dupree without the black and red. We are in a different world now, Jason.
Now, unlike MOUZ in the first half, Vitality haven't shown success like really anywhere on the map since the gun rounds came out. They haven't really been able to show they can take B. This is a nice boost, a nice crossfire. They're going to look up for JDC. That's going to make an easy kill for NBK. The duo of 3 letters has got 2 kills, and Magisk is separated by the Molotov.
JDC forced back. Molotov close, still wants to swing on it. Flash came out from his teammate to try and get him that position. As you say, Dexter now the one that's there, with NBK having perished in this round. zywoo's looking for an angle with this AK. Very much hoping he can catch someone out with a headshot. Tough to see through the grating at distance toward quad specifically.
There's no pressure across the map at the moment. It's all quiet until this utility is spent. Surely you'll see Torzy, he's got his eye with that AWP in towards middle, but you'll see him start to shift over and rotate. JDC forced out into the open, blinded, burns alive. 3-on-3. One player at E-box to deal with. Oh, beautiful shot from zywoo. Almost able to follow it up. He's looking for it. Torzy's giving him a couple opportunities, but it's a dangerous battle. zywoo's gonna win it out. Even spots the next one. Great trade from Masuda, but beautiful shooting from zywoo.
Yep, 3 kills plus the assist. That Molotov flash combo to start off the entrance was so solid. JDC had nothing he could do, and we already knew zywoo was looking for that angle. They heard the first Molotov tick when he was up close. They knew he was back there somewhere. This is sick. Yeah, nowhere to go at all. Fully blind. He's just spraying, and zywoo's like, yeah, I've been waiting for you, dude.
And even a Molotov at default boxes, so if he was to actually run out to the left, he's just going to burn no matter where he goes. Tough decision to make, and obviously good utility usage from Vitality's attack. However, they are still playing the game on hard mode. There's another buy from MOUZ. They have such a good economy out of that loss. Again, NBK is going to control the stairs over at the B bomb site, but I think Apex or Dupree, one of them spotted it. One of them spotted him moving, so I don't think they'll get caught off by it again.
Molly on the stairs, NBK in a world of problems as he's burning, he's blinded, and he gets taken down by Dupree.
There it is again, the Molotov flash combo, absolutely perfect. Even if he didn't get burned alive, the swing was gonna come in and dispatch of a blind player. JDC really put out of position. A lot of pressure on this B bomb site, and look at the minimap. Look at the way these blue dots are shifting. There's so much pressure that they have to address. Torzy's gonna be here, same with Dexter and JDC.
DC wants to swing. He'll get the flash from his teammate. They see that coming. Both look away. Both ready, but not able to find the kill. Dupree goes down. Apex swings to get the return. He tries to jump above, but he has Magisk to support. AK finding the headshot rather than the Galil needing to do work. And Torzy forced off the angle. $1,000 left in his wallet. He's out.
Oh.
He's out. He's gone. Apex lurking's gonna get him and frozen down. Both guns removed. And now Apex is back. There's the cheering.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Oui, mon ami.
I love it. Apex just senses he's got all the advantages. That's a cool round. MOUZ getting the kill onto NBK, using utility to force back any supportive defense to put him on their heels, and they just quietly gain space to look at the reaction of what the defense is gonna be. And Apex turning this corner, very, very risky. Very easily could have gone down. But you gotta take some risks if you wanna win it, and Apex does just that. Triple kill for him in the round, pushing forward to CT spawn, and importantly, taking all the guns away, forcing a rebuy, digging deeper into that MOUZ economy. If they save those 2 weapons, they might have been able to actually buy in this next round, and that's no longer really an option for them. Or it's at least a risky prospect.
Yeah, that's a huge win for Team Vitality. As you just finished saying, MOUZ has put themselves in a great position with the economy. Things are going to be difficult. Yeah, 12-12. And it all starts off of zywoo in the previous round. 27-11 right now. And it's a quiet 27. Like you say, in the first half, they were avoiding him a lot of the time. And yet he still has 8 more frags than anyone else in the server, 10 more than anyone else on his team. Speaking of his team, though, Dupree gets the first kill, and the natural-born killer has been killed.
I think you've seen a little bit of French Counter-Strike and a little bit of Danish Counter-Strike. I think we've all been looking to see what the meld of those two philosophies
Thank God we haven't
come.
seen North American.
We got that coming up later. We got Liquid and FaZe as the next series after this one is done, so you'll see plenty of it.
Great, my goodness, sir.
You've seen some of that solid and that precise utility usage of Danish Counter-Strike, and I think you've also seen some of the really like assertive and just press the advantage kind of French Counter-Strike that we've come to know and love over the years. Dupree here getting the opening kill on NBK and just leading the way up into the bomb site, finding a few more frags before the round ends. 13-12. Starting to get into it, starting to get into the danger rounds. 13-12. MOUZ at a 1-round deficit.
Smoke down low as expected. zywoo sticking with the AK.
This is interesting because both teams have really established that they can take that B bomb site now. We saw MOUZ do it in the first half. That was their bread and butter that got them their T rounds. Now Vitality as well struggled to win some gun rounds and found the ability over at B as well.
Saw yesterday with Movistar Riders against NIP that they
Same
adapted.
thing as well, yep.
Doing a lot of B hits, more than normal, for sure.
It's just interesting because yeah, you're right, because for a while in this map, nobody wanted to mess with the B bomb site. Flashbang is going to allow this boost to pop up. Peekaboo. Dupree looking for the peek back into it, but JDC's too quick, too precise. Double tap, and Dupree's out of the fight.
Just sneaks away quietly, doesn't want anything further to do with that side of the map.
Well, zywoo's only got 9 HP, so someone else is going to have to step up and provide some openings, provide some space. They're going to clear out the corner, but they can't win the fight. Zywoo, again, cannot try and trade. He can't aggressively swing out, but he does with the help of Apex. 3 on 4.
And Apex will drop the bomb behind him so that he can continue to lead the charge toward the site. NBK rotating.
Oh, very confident.
Yeah, this is a big flank. That's quick. He's going to be at the bridge in about 2 seconds' time. And he'll have an option. Ooh, he does get Magisk. Similar situation we saw Magisk, although it wasn't so much as a whiff as it was impatience. But it gives them the opportunity to then strike and find Apex. JDC with the kill, but zywoo's still alive in this. 9 HP and 3 players to find. Smoke to fade. Torzy has the AWP. JDC up on top of the drywall. And the second he goes to the plant, consider that MBK is still on the flank and arrives perfectly timed.
Just trying to get the bonus money for his team. Could have gone for damage, but with such low health, that would have been a risky prospect. 13-13. All tied up, and MOUZ with 3 players surviving. That's a pretty comfortable win considering where their money was at. Vitality's got another buy or 2. Out of a loss as well if they need him.
So Vitality with a 1-round lead. And we get right back into it with guns on both sides, only a single AWP again. They're not getting it for zywoo. He's happy on the AK, and he's showed success on the AK, to be fair. He's trying desperately to find someone through scaffolding. Baits Torzy into actually taking that fight because he didn't reload, didn't want to, and he was ready for it. He reset the game before Torzy even walked in. As JDC, though, will go back. They're going to try and get aggressive against this. Masuda gets Dexter. And frozen, undetected. Oh, he snuck toward the sandbags, but that's exactly when they Molotov it. They're going to Molotov both sides. That forces him into the smoke, and that is a good communication play. He extinguishes one, they know where he is, Molotov the other side, and then fire at the smoke. And he goes down.
How patient does Vitality want to be? They have to realize they've already killed 3 people. They have to realize there's at least 1 rotation. And they're just looking to see what the peak is. 1 minute for MOUZ to play at this man deficit. No utility either. Nothing to make him feel comfortable. Ooh, spotted, JDC. Trying to back away. That's a big fight for Apex to win. Just harassing him the whole time, and NBK on the other side of the map, I think he's just gonna make the decision to bow out and save the weapon. Man, that was kind of a cool idea from MOUZ. They have the aggressive stance behind those smokes on A ramp, but it felt like they tried to force the issue. Torzy coming through the smoke to try and fight over at yellow at scaffolding, and then obviously Dexter jumping through the smoke and trying to wrap around. Both those aggressive plays didn't find the exact fights they wanted, and I think MOUZ maybe a little bit of pressure and inexperience, just tried to press it and overextend a bit too much.
MBK again on the lurk, but this time just trying to lurk his way to safety and keep the AK-47. So 14-13. We go to Inferno next, which you and I haven't seen yet in this event, Jason, so that'll be a good time.
Really?
I don't think we have.
I don't think we have either, actually. Nice.
Yeah, but they said it yesterday. We've been seeing a lot of the newer maps so far in the pool.
Ancient was big in the plans.
Yep. Then again, we just saw a game on the B stream on it. We had Vertigo here early on. Yeah.
They heard those footsteps as well, or might have been seen through the radar. They turned immediately, and yeah, Frozen had nowhere to go. Nowhere to go at all. Good win from Apex there. Scrappy fight, 14-13. Speaking of scrappy, the buy from MOUZ is a bit busted. Great chance for Vitality to get to 15. Great chance for Vitality to have 2 opportunities to close out this map. It's been a bit of a struggle. They've had their obstacles. Another one here in the form of a boost.
Ooh, he just missed the chance, Frozen. Just missed the chance, but he will get another, and it's the dink. Double dink, in fact, on the Magist. The first one did damage. The second one was the killing blow, but knowing that they're boosted, they round the corner quickly from the top of the ramp, and they'll try and isolate them in that position. Masuda, unsure he's safe to go around, will clear the angle instead, and then take out Dexter before turning back to the boost box. And BK, however, on Heaven, finds one, and a jumping Dupree gives himself up. 1-on-2 for Masuda with the bomb planted. That's his only saving grace in this round as he peeks it out. Can't quite get the shot. They know now exactly where he is as he flashes high for a re-peek. Wants to keep them off the defuse, but they're on it now. Keep an eye on that gauge at the top underneath of the round 13, and I think he didn't hear it. He didn't hear it at all. He has no idea. They're going to get this for free. He's not going to peek it, and it's round over.
He had nothing. He had to get aggressive there. I don't know if that communication didn't come out, that it wasn't planted for him at some point, but he just froze in the moment. What a miracle for MOUZ. Great shooting from NBK as well. And Vitality this time, I think the kill on that boost made them think that they could just kind of rush up and wrap around and be able to punish it, and they were not aware of the amount of defenders that would be at the bomb site. And here Masuda just, I don't know. You would have thought someone would have told them that it was on the other side of the box. That's brutal. 14-14. Vitality lets a big round slip away.
Yep. That is massive that it slips away like that, because turns the game on its head economically. There's certainly money on both sides. You can see the purchases have already come in, but we will get the timeout either way.
Opening match of Katowice, that's not what you want to see. Opening LAN match for Team Vitality as well. We've seen them play, as the Des mentioned, their previous event where they looked good was done online from the boot camp. Trying to get started on LAN on a positive note. And they've made it a little bit more difficult on themselves against a young Mousesports squad. Experience versus inexperience. Round 29, and there goes Masuda.
Frozen with the kill. dupreeh still looking for an angle over toward the B site. Molotov up close. Also gives him a bit of incandescence to fire through, obstructing vision slightly, so JDC will elevate himself onto the box, but that's not where Apex is looking yet. Instead, he'll work in conjunction with dupreeh as they try to force him off the angle, but it's only good for one. JDC responds and relocates as well. That's the key, as he gets himself into the corner to avoid a flash. Damage, but not the double. And that means it's the man advantage, as Magisk also found Dexter in that.
Yeah, they found the support player coming in to help him out. That's brutal. One was looking up, one was looking low, and two great kills for Vitality. Now, Shirley, your thought process here, please don't let it slip away.
Well, they might still have a chance to steal it back, and it might slip away if the bomb doesn't get planted. Shots out. Torzi's got dupreeh. It's a one-on-one, and zywoo says, I'll use the gun. Never mind the explosives. It is one round before they wrap up this map.
Man, zywoo has been so important, not just the volume of kills. He's at 33 and 14, but the impact. We saw a clutch earlier that he wins. Here down the stretch, he's just able to trade all these kills so effectively, so swift and so accurate on the op. And you could hear the shouting. As soon as they saw him come through the smoke, you could hear Vitality now, and immediately zywoo's able to respond. 15-14, one chance. One chance to steal away MOUZ's map picker. We've got overtime.
Great game so far, really. I mean, the adversity of Mousesports coming into this event, obviously, you know, Rops has departed. He was very much their golden boy for so long. Crazy to think how long he was in that roster, considering how young he still is. But the scouting, you've got to give them so much credit. Rops himself, okay, sure, he was doing very well in FPL. There was the whole thing about, was he a cheater? He plays in London. They were the team in a position to take a chance. That one doesn't seem so surprising. But Frozen came out of nowhere, great player. Now they've got Torzi looking really good. JDC has been phenomenal in this event just for being a stand-in. And it's a team that just, you know, every time you think, well, what do they got now? They somehow pull something out, and playing very well so far in Katowice. But Vitality, the team that's certainly the favorite on paper, just barely on the cusp of defeat, might steal this map away.
Yeah, all they need is one more round against a very, very scrappy buy. 1 M4 on NBK, P250 on Torzi, Deagle on Dexter, 2 SMGs on Frozen and JDC. A little bit of utility to play with, but obviously not what you'd want to be battling with for your life on the map. And why not Vitality back to the B bomb site where you've had the most success in this game so far. Dexter has control and information at mid. JDC is there with him, which leaves NBK all alone at this B bomb site. All alone against everyone. Spots ahead, but can't connect.
Can't connect so far. NBK will bury his head behind the box as well, so as not to be shaken or stirred while reloading, and it works out well for him because he's not only done well to stay alive, he gets 2 for his troubles, but dupreeh has had enough of that. He'll drop him down. Hold on. What is this? Dexter already behind the B stairs. Deagle in hand. He'll get the kill. Bomb didn't go down the stairs. It stays on it so they can recover it quickly. And that's thankful for Team Vitality as they go toward the site. zywoo only good for one. JDC was up close, but Dupree isn't done yet. Bomb still recoverable to his left. He's searching for where Dexter's gone, and he doesn't want to challenge it. Oh no, Torzy had to get that kill early. He re-peeks aggressively with the MP9, and we've got overtime.
I mean, listen, you already know what happens at DreamHack and IEM Dallas, right? Okay, first, you have to snipe tickets for all your friends, getting you access to the DreamHack Gaming Festival and IEM, the way to the stadium, the other fans, enjoying the music acts, the festival party, crushing opponents in the LAN area, meeting the stars.
Well, I hope you've caught your breath and gotten yourself ready because we are in overtime of map 1 between Team Vitality and Mousesports. Vitality could not close it out despite having the map point. And that means MOUZ might still have a chance to take their map.
Not only the map point, but the two of the final rounds that they dropped to allow MOUZ to get here were those scrappy little half buys. They dropped, you know, round at 13-13 or at 14-13, and then at 15-14. So that's a bit of a brutal way to lose him. And zywoo, he wants to rectify the situation immediately. He never did this during regulation. This might catch JDC off. He is fast.
Oh, Molotov thrown. He knows he's there. He's got to be careful. Utility, they're trying to bait him out with noise. I was going to hold the angle, but JDC, he's not willing. He's not going to go on this, and they'll Molotov him off instead. So at least they get middle, but they didn't get the pick they were looking for. Now, they're probably, as we looked and saw them walking back toward the ladder, going to hold middle with one player and then rotate around and try and get a bit more map control. Dupree, meanwhile, is already trying to do that below the stairs at B. Smoke down in the corner. He's concerned that perhaps one player is inside of that.
Well, you've pulled away the third player at A, Dexter, for the moment. Even Frozen has kind of fallen back until some utilities used at A ramp. So Torzy's going to back off. Deep nade, a little bit of damage onto Masuta. However, Vitality has gained control of A ramp as Masuta pushes through the smoke. Still spread across the map. So the endgame not quite there for Vitality's attack just yet, and NBK continues to deliver at the B bomb site. Good kill on a Dupree. Off angle in middle. There goes Magus, and Frozen adds into it. Vitality got some early map control, but MOUZ takes it right back with 3 kills on top.
Bomb at least picked up by Apex. It was down below the elevators so that they could swing in either direction. Now it's just going to be going desperately in a 2 versus 5 toward the A site. Masuta to lead with the AK-47. Frozen up high, will bait Dexter in with information, but the shot comes out. He just saw his head late, but has to turn around. He's lost his teammate, and it now is a 1-on-4 with 2 HP. Good luck, sir. But he'll do what he can. There is still money in the bank. It is overtime, but it's the first round to MOUZ.
Yeah, that's actually great. MOUZ just comes right back and just contests every piece of oh my lord. Every piece of map control that Vitality actually took away from them initially. Yeah, I'm all right.
Oh, both sides of your body still working? You don't smell burnt toast? So. Everything's okay? All right.
It's all good.
Good, good.
Good final kill from Dexter, 16-15. $34 on zywoo, 24 on Dupree.
I'll get you a medic alert bracelet just in case, okay?
Yeah, I might need it. Ooh, coming through the smoke again, and once again it's gonna fail for Torzy. We saw him do that previously in the later stages of the first half, and once again he's punished for it.
Hey, just the one that wants to go towards scaffolding and smartly gives the bomb back to his teammates because he doesn't want to be caught out and isolated with it. Quick, close Molotov to clear his angle. Meanwhile, Masuta on the ramp will swing. Can't hit the first shot. Does land afterwards, but that just gives Dexter the positioning he needs. The cue to attack. And Devilish Dexter finds both of those kills to now give his team a very winnable situation. A 3-on-3 does thin the defense. Dexter himself on 7, but it slows the round down. Still a minute to work with, however. And zywoo has made it to the sandbags.
The nice thing is JDC actually pushed on ladder, so he's got the fallback. He's got the retreat. MOUZ knows everything that's happening on the map right now, in the sense that they know all 3 members, or they know everyone from Vitality is on this A ramp. That means Dexter can stay committed. He's got his back turned towards mid in case of a lurk, and then NBK up top. 40 seconds left.
No indication yet from the heaven position for zywoo to fire at.
Ooh, he's got the bomb as well. He's going to have to move out of this position at some point.
He's going to go now. 27 seconds. Flash out. He's going to get aggressive. Knows his teammates up close. Spotted him! Spotted him before he went for the plant. And that means MBK was slightly too soon. It gave himself up to a very fast zywoo on a sniper. Dexter, 7 HP. We talked about it early on. He's going to get zywoo. That's his third of the round. He's going to need an ace clutch to pull this back, and he's not going to get it. Dupree poised and ready. We've got a tie game yet again at 16.
Yeah, just no HP for poor Dexter. He did everything he could. Some stellar shots initially on the defensive A ramp, but that puts him out of the fight. MOUZ is going to switch into a double-up setup. Final round of the first half of overtime. These are those beautiful shots from Dexter, but pretty much put out of the fight after that. Ooh, maybe a missed opportunity for JDC. He'll be punching himself for that one. Here we go. Magic number is 19. We'll see who takes an advantage into the next stage of overtime. zywoo going to scope up over top of the smoke, and Torzi's going to miss a shot as well. A lot of pressure, and Masuta pretty aggressive here.
Up and around from close crane, and a very fast snap to take down Frozen. He goes down to 35 HP, but it doesn't matter. It's a T-sided entry that's successful as Magisk wants to try and do, ooh, the same, that nade. That could have been massive. 6 HP now for Masuta. And they haven't yet cleared toward that lane position. Nade, it's gonna go deep. Torzi up close, couldn't hit the shot, but just gets it. That's 2 unanswered so far for Vitality, and now they'll start to converge upon the A site with Magisk swinging. Now a smoke down does mean he won't be able to spot Dexter, who's still focused on the front side, and the flash over, he's only good for 1. 3 players there, easily tradable, but JDC does well. Bomb, low HP, they can't commit to the plant. They're trying to fire through it, but here comes Dupree to save the day, and he finds 1 immediately, knows that JDC is somewhere towards spawn, and he will duplicate on the efforts to make it now 17-16 in favor of Vitality.
I don't know if Vitality wins that without that flank, Dupree. What a round-saving and potentially map-saving play from good old Dupree.
I think you're right, because low HP to plant.
Yeah.
If he's not there, they probably try and stick that, and then they're very vulnerable. Instead, they went, wait, let's buy him some time here.
Yeah, that was a bit dicey, but man, heads up from Dupree. He's having a good game for himself altogether, the complete package. 27 kills now here in this opening map. Vitality switches over to the CT side. Apex is, oh, that's got to be heard. That's got to be heard, but he spams. He gets 1, not a second, but zywoo's got him covered. Dexter tries to punish through the smoke, and the op is trained on the angle. zywoo's never going to re-peek in this 5-on-2. Or is he?
Oh, this is what you're talking about. Come on, Torzi's got him down, though, through the smoke. Just fractionally
don't give it up, boys.
Him. MBK, he's got Apex. You're absolutely right. They are giving this up. And it's the French that fall first. I'm just trying to start controversy right now. It's fine. Masuta can save them.
Oh, the bomb is far back, so yeah, they have control of the A bomb site. Good for you. Someone's got to go pick it up. That's going to leave Torzi. I think he's going to have to just huddle up at sandbags and have the safety. Dupree is just waiting for the timing. I'm not sure what MOUZ's best choice is here, because as you can see, Vitality knows they have the bomb, and Dupree is just saying, just hide. I'll be able to tell you when it's picked up, and oh my dear Lord. This is textbook on how to give up a 5-on-2 advantage.
Look, I know Zonic's not here, but it's not like I stepped in to coach them, okay? They still have someone that has a clue behind them.
Yeah, me neither.
No comment, Jason. Wasn't going to throw you under the bus immediately. You've done it to yourself. Torzi. He's going to try and just work his way into the site with the pre-scope already in. Doesn't want to make noise. They need something to claw this round back, and this is what they're going to go with. But look at the positioning. Even if he finds Masuta over toward... Okay, lobby. I was going to say, Magisk is there to swing. Oh, he's late to it, but he will also miss out.
Oh,
You're
my
right.
God.
He was late enough that he got away.
So this is why initially... Oh, hold the thought.
Just go with it. Just stick it. Just stick it. Oh, he doesn't want to. He's not sure where they've gone. Tries to bait it out. He's gotten Torzi through the box. That might make up for it. NBK, 7 HP, has to try and shut down Magisk, and he does. He's lost track of where the bomb was.
This is why it doesn't matter what kind of an advantage you have at this level. You cannot give up those re-peaks from zywoo, from Apex, and zywoo has had a stellar game outside of this, but man, you never know what's going to crumble after that. You give up a couple freebies, Dupree misses an opportunity, Magus doesn't hear the bomb get tapped, the nade comes out way too late. Some of them aren't even mistakes. Some of them is just misfortune. but it's why you never think that you have too big of an advantage to lose. What an incredible recovery for MOUZ. And if you go back to some of those final rounds of regulation, losing to the 2 half buys for Mousesports as the game comes to a close, in this round now, Vitality is really, really giving MOUZ every chance to steal this. Frustrations, I think, of a new team, a new lineup trying to figure out how to win together on the biggest events.
Don't want to distract from our overtime in this excellent game. Nip managed to win the first map against Gambit, and they are currently in map 2, which is also Vertigo. On the B stream, as we still await to see what's going to happen in this overtime. Did not think we would be tied up right now as we swap sides. Frozen will not be able to dodge the wrench and get taken down to 53. Dexter as well was tagged by that at 61 HP. He will remain alive.
I'm still in shock. I can't believe they've dropped some of these rounds. Vitality playing the game on hard mode. Spam from Torzi not going to connect. Frozen's down to 16 HP. That's quite nice chip damage. And back to the B bomb site for MOUZ. JDC and Dexter to begin challenging. And remember, back in regulation as well, they had a pretty decent amount of success. Actually, I should say a lot of success here. This time, Dupree's going to shut it down before it even begins. Some good residual follow-up nade damage onto JDC. And now zywoo's put into action. That's Frozen. He's got Torzi as well. Tagged through the yellow, I think.
Yes, absolutely. But that's what you're going to get from zywoo on the AWP. Remember, in the first half, they tried to avoid him as Dupree doubles up yet again to take down JDC and NBK. They tried to avoid him. He was at 18 kills at half after his CT side, and now he has the advantage on that rifle, being able to hold the angles rather than need to go hunting. He looks pretty relaxed and happy with that.
Of course, he's got 38 kills in the game. You're going to be very relaxed and very happy off that. Look, Vitality, it's time to put this away. It's been sloppy. You've made a lot of mistakes. Don't let this go on any longer, because at any moment, one of those mistakes at this junction in the game, it can just be the end of it. It can be the victory for MOUZ. So don't give yourselves a chance to give it all the way up. Double nade, and this time zywoo's caught. Good aggressive stance for Dexter. Apex is blinded as well. I think he wanted to punish. He's got to be careful with how aggressive he is.
Shots back out, though, through the smoke from Apex, and he will eventually give up the gig. And the angle gives up himself. Dexter was able to chase him down. I thought he was going to get to safety at that point and just let Magisk cover off the ramp. And Magisk now needs to, do exactly this. Get out of there. Sneak away before you are isolated and covered off by utility. And I presume a box boost on site? No, they're not even going to go for that. Masuda's going to go back toward the lobby, so Magisk alone on A. Dupree needs to figure out what's going on at B at this point in time to get information as they sit 2-man in the deficits, and Dupree is slowly getting more and more aggressive toward the B stairs.
Vitality just allergic to closing this map out. 1 round lead. Still a chance to recover, 47 seconds on the clock. MOUZ is going to attack the A bomb site. Only 1 man in defense here. Vegas. I think perhaps because MOUZ had so much success at B, Vitality has chosen to keep 2 players there, but it's the wrong bomb site. What can Vegas provide you? How many kills can he get to make the retake possible? Can he delay it all?
Nothing yet. Just because he swings in. Comes back out. Frozen has that shot as well. Couldn't even find one to shut this down. Masuda's going to rotate. Look at the amount of smokes in position, though. Nade, this one's early. Still going to do damage. Second one. Oh, my goodness. Airstrike down to single digits. Both Dexter and MBK hit, but none of them dead yet. Might give them a chance. No. Dexter's got the angle covered off. And then Dupree, with very little odds, picks up a single kill for his efforts. We are tied again at 18-18.
Well, if you're Vitality, I guess the one thing you got to be happy about is you got some of the most experienced players to ever played the game, so you're going to rely on that experience to not tilt them off the face of the earth with some of the rounds you've given up here at the end of regulation. And now in the first round of overtime, we move on to the second round of overtime. 22 being the magic number.
Bomb dropped. He just takes down MBK. Started off aggressive as well. We haven't seen CTs go this far forward of middle yet. They're going to cover off the stairs. That allows for a quick rotation, and zywoo already has Dexter. So this is a much better round. Unfortunately, a little bit late for trying to close out the game, but again, starting off this double overtime in a good position to take the advantage. Frozen, Torzi, all that remain, and Magisk has already gone all the way from above the spawn. back to the B site.
Whoop. 40 for zywoo. We'll take it. We will take it. Molotov out. It's not going to matter. torzsi looking for anything. Got Apex up on top of the plant boxes. Vitality's going to take a 19-18 lead. Just a matter of time before torzsi goes down. Ooh, that's a great flick. That's a spectacular flick.
You said matter of time. I think not, Jason.
He's got zywoo hunting him. Not many survive a zywoo hunt.
It's desperate at this point, just taking pre-fire shots, and Magisk will be the one to get the kill. So we do go 19-18, as you say, 22 now, the magic number. And immediately we get back into the purchase of an AWP for torzsi. Look at how aggressive this was. We haven't seen that all game. I mean, you touched on it as well. Vitality's trying to throw curveballs in overtime to just get anything to give them an advantage. We saw zywoo the last first round of overtime, should I say, last half I was going to say, but the first overtime at middle with the AWP trying to find an off-angle peak. This time they push the top of the lobby stairs. NBK speeds the gun barrel. That's an easy kill as Masuda goes back into it, and once again they'll have mid-control for the T side. NBK has been trying to lurk so many times to get that position.
Yeah, actually, and I don't even know if I can blame Masuda for that kind of a play, because a few times throughout this game, he's been able to have stance inside that ladder room or in some corner in middle. He's been able to find exactly what he's wanted. He went back for it. Unfortunately, this time, NBK was just there to meet him. Obviously, though, confidence to make that play helped by the fact that you've got zywoo. 40-19. Alone for the moment at the A bomb site. Full confidence in him to be able to hold on and take a few down with him.
Need to try and counter the Molotov. zywoo a bit too far forward. So gets tagged significantly by the Flames. dupreeh again daring his fate toward the stairs. There'll be a smoke thrown back up instead, though, and MBK is going to try and go at this point in time. Shots coming out. Now, he knows that's from CT, because he could already see the connector to the B site. dupreeh, meanwhile, though, has gone back to face the fact that there's so much action going on toward the top of the stairs. He's got the first kill. Good boost up. JDC goes above. Now, they're not aware of where he's gone, but they know he's got to be there somewhere, and they'll hear him. That gives Apex the chance to strike. Couldn't find the second kill, needs to get the reload in, falls through the smoke to do so, and it's NBK that now, as we mentioned, finally has control of the lurk, and torzsi reverses the angle with the AWP to take Magisk down at quad.
So much smoke, flashes, and Molotovs inside that B bomb site during the execute. So chaotic, and even though Vitality had players there to defend, they couldn't find enough kills. JDC, you're right, jumping over the top, does such a great job of finding dupreeh, removing that angle, and Apex just couldn't find the planter. And then comes that flank from NBK, who's also got up to 31, excuse me, relatively quietly in this game, although he's had some huge impactful rounds. All tied up again, 19-19. They damage onto Dexter, JDC, and torzsi.
Dexter,
I think he's lucky to be alive. dupreeh had just pulled out a smoke to put the Molotov out.
I completely agree with that. torzsi gets the op back from his teammate. No longer a spawn-dependent issue as he wants to hold and see if dupreeh will get aggressive in turn.
Apex is aggressive down A ramp. They've got deep smoke as well, so him and zywoo have control. They're just like, all right, guys, there's not even anyone in the staging area. We have it smoked deep, so just keep your focus on the B bomb site. And as long as that deep smoke is there and MOUZ controls the ramp, I think it's going to be really tough for Mousesports to convince themselves they can hit the B bomb site. They have to at least retake it and make sure it's clear, which they've just done now. 1 minute left in the round. Two smokes left on these B defenders.
dupreeh, close angle this time, makes it work. Has to be careful of his position, though. He's forward of all of the utility, however. Magisk will back him up. That means dupreeh's got a lot to work with. Bomb down. Magisk actually gets all three, so just NBK, 15 HP, 28 seconds, and round over.
Yeah, that was a big moment as well. Again, Vitality gaining the advantage going into the, I guess we'll call it the first half of this overtime, the second half of double overtime. The Danish duo delivering. 20-19. Vitality's gonna head back to the offensive side of Vertigo. We're gonna get right underway.
Trying to listen to what Dupree was.
Well, listen to what Apex was saying. Next one, next round, next round, next round. Doesn't matter what you're talking about the previous. Start thinking about the first round coming up here in OT2. 36 on Dupree.
Dexter frustrated. You can see the emotion now coming through. zywoo will get NBK quickly. An opener. And that's massive as well for Vitality, as you just say, swapping over to the offensive side. They've got map control already.
And I mean, you mentioned it too, zywoo throwing a few wrinkles in once we got to overtime, doing some things they didn't see in regulation. I don't think we saw him go for this kind of a fast pick towards the B bomb site, at least not a whole lot. Dupree's already, oh, did he notice it? He did. Big win, huge win for Dupree. Masuta goes down, but it doesn't matter. They're gonna start pressuring the B bomb site, and Torzy, the young Alper, he's gotta hold on to it. He's been spectacular. He picks off Dupree's head.
Spectacular indeed, but need a bit more of a spectacle from him now. Frozen at least is elevated enough to try and spray through the smoke. He's missed the shot that time, Torzy, as he came through, nearly caught out Apex. Instead, though, he goes hunting, and he will find Frozen as well. And Dexter, I'm afraid not. 1 versus 3. Nade will do about half of what it needed to Apex to take him down, so it survives at 18. Further damage as he goes now to 15 with a Molotov tossed in to the site for good measure. Bomb is not yet planted. And Dexter's close, so this will make things awkward. zywoo's been dropped, and we mentioned Apex for a reason, but he's still alive, and alive is good enough. He finds a third in the round through the smoke, and we are 1 round away yet again for Team Vitality, who, by the way, have now had all 3 map points in this game.
That's really good patience from Vitality in the 3-on-1, even the 2-on-1. There could have been a lot of pressure on Apex to actually just get that bomb planted to try and stick it during the chaos, but they just wait. They just hold their nerve, spam through the smoke. Apex with a huge double kill and just spraying through the smoke, taking a wild guess, and he's got it. 2 chances to close things out now for Vitality. An aspect of the game they have really struggled in.
Dexter getting close on the ramp to see if anyone will dare challenge the position early on, but not yet from Vitality. A little more passive this time at B, and zywoo unable to get the opening pick. They'll rotate him back around. On the AWP, is Dexter gonna go all the way? Is he pushing further? He is. Torzi's got Magisk, so this actually turns out to be a very good situation. The opposite way this time is all the kills actually starting to stack up for MOUZ. There's only 1 in response as Dupree will get MBK, but Dexter's down at the bottom of the ramp. If they want to try and go back away from B, they've got a huge problem to contend with on that side of the map. I think Masuda might be aware of it.
Oh, certainly. There was the deep smoke there, so you at least have to be cautious. You have to be cognizant of the fact that someone can be there. The question is, how costly is it going to be to retake this?
It should be a 1-for-1. Swing out, not even that. Masuda, great shot.
That can be tough, that wide swing, but the nice thing is there's an early warning system that Dexter provides, so Frozen can get into position. He's got a Molotov to delay the plant as well. He's actually got some tools to make this a bit tough, a bit tricky for Vitality.
Masuda, I thought he had that lineup when he saw the nade trajectory. Thought he could get a shot off before they got the guns ready, but Dupree gets it instead. zywoo to Torzy, this should be it. Dexter couldn't do enough to slow them down. I say that, JDC, oh no! He can't. Dupree swings and snaps, and we are done with the map. As we move on, Vitality just barely in double overtime. Steal it away from Mousesports.
Yeah, they gave him plenty of chances. Even that last one, with how things had played out, I almost felt like JDC was going to deliver MOUZ another miracle. That's a huge win for Vitality off the...